Eiffel Tower. Yes, pupunta kami sa cruise ship. Boarding na saan? Home by summer. Managtan. Ay, nakasarap pa. Nakasarap pa. Ha? Cruise kami. Kahit umuulan. Bonjour. Meron pala na. Bonjour. Ito di may sana eh. Rumah tawa ka.
About 40 years, then it got disaffected because of some technical problems, and then it was turned into a museum in 1986. Now it's a museum dedicated to all the kind of art produced between 1848 and 1914, mainly the Impressionist painters. There's an entire floor in this museum dedicated to them, and it owns the most important Impressionist paintings collection in the world. Donc à droite, le musée d'Orsay. Vous voyez, avec cette grande façade avec un musée en 1793. On est en plein milieu de la Révolution. Les toutes premières œuvres exposées alors étaient celles qui appartenaient aux rois et aux reines de l'Ancien Régime. Et plus récemment, en 1989, notre ancien président François Mitterrand et son architecte Liu Mingpei inaugurent la pyramide du Louvre. C'était pour commémorer le bicentenaire de la Révolution. Et cette pyramide est devenue maintenant l'entrée principale au musée. On the left, you can see the great gallery of the Louvre, and you know that it has not always been a museum either. Originally, the Louvre was a very small medieval fortress. It was built in 1200 on the edge of the river to defend Paris. Then on, the fortress became a royal palace. Between the first Aya Nakamura, pour chanter et danser sur le pont des Arts en compagnie de nos gardes républicains. Très connu, hein, Viollet-le-Duc, qui a également ajouté les gargouilles et les chimères. Et puis plus récemment, le terrible incendie dont elle a été victime a eu lieu la nuit du 15 avril 2019. Et il a fait intégralement écrouler la toiture et la flèche. Et après donc 5 années et demie de travaux, elle a été reconstruite à l'identique. Et elle est rouverte depuis 2 mois, hein, le 8 décembre. Donc après ce pont à gauche, hein, vous verrez sa façade occidentale, avec la rose de l'Apocalypse et la galerie des 28 rois d'Israël. So now we are approaching Notre-Dame. You can see its western facade up left. You can see the rose of the Apocalypse and the gallery of the 28 kings of Israel. Well, Notre-Dame is a beautiful Gothic cathedral dedicated to the Virgin Mary. And the first stone was laid in the year 1163 for about 145 years of construction. And at the time of its construction, Notre-Dame was conceived to be the most impressive religious building of all the Christendom. And it has also been the witness of the majority of our historical events. It was even nicknamed the parish of the history of France. I give you an example. The coronation of Napoleon I. It took place the 2nd of December 1804, and it was with the Pope, Pius VII. And a few years later, Victor Hugo, our very famous writer, wrote his very famous roman, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was with Quasimodo, the bell ringer, and Esmeralda, the gypsy lady he was in love with. And this roman had such a success that it led straight to the entire renovation of the church. It was done by the very famous art, comme vous voyez les mouettes et le réverbère. St. Louis Island. So that's where we're going to do our U-turn shortly. The platform where you can see the birds and the street light is also the place where you saw during the opening ceremony of the Olympics Lady Gaga singing the very famous song of our singer Siene en mer, Mon truc en plume. So now ahead of us you can see another very famous bridge. It's called the Pont Marie, and this one, you know, has a reputation to be the most romantic one in Paris. It goes according to the legend. When we are under it, if you close your eyes, make a wish, and kiss your neighbor, your wish will come true. And he was very famous even before the construction of the tower. He built a lot of bridges, train stations, elevators, viaducts all around the world. He also built the Canal of Panama. He also conceived the internal structure of the Statue of Liberty in New York. For the tower, he won an architectural contest for the French Pavilion of the World's Fair of 1889. It was organized, you know, to commemorate the 100 years anniversary of French Revolution. And it was also supposed to show the French know-how for industry to the world. The French Pavilion had to be a 1,000 feet high tower, all made of iron. It means that for 40 years, this building was the tallest one on earth. Eiffel was also a businessman. He was an industrial man. He owned a steel factory in the east of France. He produced all the iron pieces of the tower, 18,500 of them, 2.5 million rivets. All this was assembled in another company of his, close to here, and then transferred by boat to the construction site. Vous savez qu'elle tient son nom de la tour de Gustave Eiffel, qui est un célèbre ingénieur, un homme d'affaires également, qui était spécialisé dans l'architecture métallique. Alors, il était très connu avant la construction de la tour. Il avait construit des ponts, des gares, des ascenseurs, des viaducs un peu partout à travers le monde. Il a également construit le canal de Panama. Il a même conçu la structure intérieure de la Statue de la Liberté à New York. Alors là, pour la tour, il a gagné un concours d'architecture